Okay, for the eyes, just get one of these sheets, rip it in half with the quickness. It doesn't matter if it's straight or not. Generally, if you practice, it'll just get like straighter and straighter. Now you have this, and I found like if you do the eyes too fat, originally I would use this whole sheet for one eye, but it doesn't come out good. So you could take a knife or you could take scissors, but generally a big knife is like way faster. But you know, be careful. And I would just cut these just cut it in half again until you get a smaller square, because even this is a little bit too much. So you don't need to use a knife to cut it in half. You can just use scissors. Generally, you only need to use like a big knife if you're making a really big cut, because it's just faster. So, well, I could use a knife for this, but it doesn't matter. And you get this. So if you can see the original shape, it's like a quarter. You see it? And you just form it into a circle. Taking the edges and you just push them in. And you try to get it so the edges come out flat. And try to make it kind of flat, because if it's too fat, then it just, when you glue it on, it's going to like pop out too much, and you're going to see like the messiness of the underside of the eye like this. You don't want that showing. So you got to tuck in the sides as much as you can. And also try to make it really symmetrical, because if it's not round, it's just going to look weird, and you're just going to be fixing it later, because it's just not going to look right. And just measure it to the face, you know. I mean, I could make them bigger. I made other ones bigger, but I think I'm just going to keep these small, because it looks pretty good like that, I think. And you just, after this, you're just going to have to put a bunch of glue. You can use spray glue or the flour glue mixture, like this stuff. Spray glue is pretty good because you know it's going to stick on for sure. But if you don't have any, then you could just use this because it's cheaper. And spray glue is pretty messy. So I'm just going to use the flour to show you what you have to do. So just brush it on again, and try to use the brush to push in the sides that are sticking out so that they stay down. Otherwise it's going to make the eye look weird. And you just push it on and like press. And you want to get it kind of flat. Well, honestly, just as flat as possible. Because, I mean, you don't really have to worry about it falling off if it's really stuck on there good. So, that's that. And you could always, like, make it smaller if you don't think it's perfect. Then you just, for the nose, you just doesn't, I was originally doing the noses like super fat, and I would like do it how I was doing the eyes, but just like with a little bit of paper, and it was a huge mess. I didn't like it. It was hard to stick on, and working with like tissue paper and that's super small, like folding it smaller is just horrible. So I suggest just doing a flat sheet, like, and just cutting it like a circle shape. No! Daisy! She ate some plants. I have to go. But that's the nose, and that's it.